Welcome to Veteran Voices. I'm your host, Jay Baker, and today I have Luc Savoie with me today. Thank you very much for joining me, Luc, and tell me about your career today.
Thanks for having me, Jay. I did 9 years with 2RCR. Started in basic in 2008 with you, actually.
Yes, that's right.
And then I believe it was was it the end of April we graduated off to battle school in Meaford. Got the battalion 2RCR in August of '09, and medically released in June 2017.
Okay, and I see you have an Afghanistan medal. So you went to Afghanistan. So tell me about your experiences there.
I did op attention in 2012 in Kabul. We were QRF platoon.
Okay.
It was 8 months. I think exactly 218 days. I think I was there.
218. That's a fair amount of time in Afghanistan.
It was a long time, yeah. But it was, I'd say, interesting to see that side of the world.
Right.
Definitely a culture shock to see how they live compared to how we live. And yeah.
So when you say it's interesting to see how they live compared to us, do you have some examples of
just
what's changed?
Their quality of life there, like run down places, no rules of the road, traffic was going everywhere, garbage everywhere, the smell in that country, it was brutal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found with just even my own time over in the Middle East, it's like a new smell every 500 meters. Not a good one, just a new one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And how was your time in Afghanistan?
It was good. Busy for the first month or two. I was one of the first chalks there, so we were running people back and forth to the airport.
Okay.
So that kept us pretty busy for a month or two, and then it started slowing down, and we just went out on patrols, I guess, almost every day, kind of thing, just driving around the city.
Okay.
We were based out of Camp Black Horse. I don't know if you're familiar with the area at all or anything, but
Right.
yeah.
And on your patrols, how did you find the locals at that point? Were they accepting to your presence along there?
For the most part, and kids would throw rocks and stuff now and then, but that's typical, right? It was quiet, like there was no scuffles or anything like that. The Americans came under contact every now and then, though, while we were there, but nothing for us really.
So you had a fairly quiet tour then at that point, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for tours, in Afghanistan, there's been some very kinetic kind of tours, and then you're lucky that you were on one of the quieter ones. So.
Yeah. There was other platoons, like they were doing training the Afghan army and all this and that, but we weren't part of that. We were just QRF in case something happened.
Right. Well, it's always good to be prepared just in case, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And with your time in and your experience so far, what kind of advice would you have for some young infantryr coming through the ranks?
Oof. Go a different trade.
Go a different trade, right?
Yeah. Air Force. No, just I don't know. The brotherhood is definitely amazing. That's one thing that I definitely miss.
Right.
Stay on top of your PT, but now these days there's nothing going on, so guys are just sitting around battalion really. And
yeah, there's the training in Latvia, but there's nothing, no major tours at this moment that are active other than the Latvia stuff. But hopefully, the guys will be ready if something does pop off, right?
Yeah.
But now you talk about the camaraderie. I know, being in this environment for a long time, we become brothers pretty fast, right? So, and you have a tendency to keep in contact and that sort of stuff. How do you find the brotherhood of us veterans compared to some of your older civilian friends?
Well, it's definitely the brotherhood is there compared to civilian friends. Um, if somebody needs somebody at 3 o'clock in the morning, if you're down in the dumps, just make a phone call and somebody will answer.
Right.
Like it's still, even if it's somebody you never served with, there's that bond almost instantly of that they were in the military as well, and kind of have the same an idea of what the person goes through, kind of thing, even though you weren't there in that specific mission. Or
Right.
yeah.
There is something to be said about trauma bonding.
Mm.
Yeah, we've all kind of gone through similar experiences. So even though you may not have been on the same mission, you can still relate very well, right? And
Hmm.